ever find yourself on a busy bus with your headphones on playing music at full blast and then you fart and you've got no idea how loud it was? Yeah, that happened to me. I turned to my friend next to me, I just fart really loudly. He's like, "You're shouting." Really angry today with a bookshop. So I went into a bookshop, I bought a book, a little book of babies' names. £3.50. Get it home and it's actually full of adult names. I think I'm an idiot. You know when someone knows a fact, but they know it really arrogantly and you just want to cut them down? So I was at home and I was chopping onions and I was crying, and my friend said to me, why don't you run the onion under the cold water tap, because that dissolves the sulphur and that's what gets into your eyes. And I was like, how's that going to stop me thinking about how my mum choked to death on an onion? When I was a kid, I asked my parents why we cry when we chop an onion. They tell me it's because we're all descended from onions. When you chop an onion, deep down, you know you're actually mutilating an ancestor. It's funny what people believe, isn't it? I had the Jehovah's knob jockeys knock on my door the other day. Two of them. "Hello, we're the Jehovah's Witnesses. You know, Jesus said this and Jesus said that and he did this and he did that and the other and he grow your beard. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus." I'm paraphrasing. And adding moves. And I was really polite. I'm just like, "Excuse me, but everything you're saying happened 2,000 years ago when you weren't around. You didn't witness anything, did you?" "Well, you are Jehovah's gossips." Knocking on doors, spreading rumours. You should be ashamed of yourselves. "Yeah, well, Jesus died for our sins. Then we should sin, or he died for nothing." You can't argue with them. You can't argue with them rationally. Don't try and be rational, because they'll win, because they can make facts up. The secret is to get more irrational. And like, you know, I accept everything you believe, but you have to understand my one religious belief, which is that all religious people are bedwetters. That puts the shoe on the other foot. They're like, "We're not bedwetters. If you come and feel our bed sheets, you'll see they're dry." I'm like, well, that only proves it's a kind of wetness you can't see or feel. There's no such thing as that kind of wetness, but there must be, otherwise how do we explain your dry bed sheets, considering you are a bedwetter? I'll tell you a story that's very strange. I was in Spain. I woke up in the hills of Mijas, and overnight a thick black line had appeared on the wall of my bedroom. On closer inspection, it was ants, big Spanish ants. In an arid country, they'll travel a long way for food. They'd found some crisps on the floor of by my room. I dropped these crisps the night before, there's a big pile of them, and this pile of crisps was drowned in Spanish ants. I followed the amazing line of ants. It went right up the wall diagonally, out through a hole in the wall of the villa. I followed the line all the way along the outside wall of the villa. It wiggled its way down a drain pipe, carried along a shelf unit. Then it went either side of a broom handle, down onto a dirt track road. And I followed the line of ants for about another 30 feet until I found their nest. And I thought, wow, you creatures are amazing. I'm going to kill you. Then I had a better idea, psychological damage. I went off and I fetched a whole load more crisps with the same flavour as the ones that were on the floor of my room and put them all down by their nest. And I had the pleasure of watching these ants returning home. They've just walked thousands of ant miles. They've scaled Ant Everest, carrying bits of crisps up to 10 times their own weight, only to get home and discover a whole load more crisps right outside their front door. Have you ever seen a pissed off ant, but a pissed off Spanish ant's really pissed off? Do you ever buy anything on holiday you don't really need? Bought an eagle. Saw him in a shop. He was a dead, stuffed eagle. I thought, I'm having that. I didn't bargain on how hard it is to get an eagle home from Spain. You have to get him specially wrapped up, and it takes ages to go through custom. It comes out in the oversized baggage, and then finally came out of Heathrow. I couldn't get in the car because it was too big, so I fixed it to the roof of the car, and I'm driving really carefully, getting lift from the wingspan, and I couldn't believe it when I got home in my front garden was an even bigger dead stuffed eagle. Load of Spanish ants laughing their fucking heads off. You know?